So this next location has a bit of a negative reputation online amongst pinball enthusiasts, and I was fully aware of that going in. I promise I did not have an agenda going here. I wasn't looking to do a hit piece, because despite the numerous complaints, I was still ready to give this place a fair shake. Pinball people can be weirdos and, add in the whole online thing, and anyway. The place in question is the Pinball Palace located inside Dezerland Park off International Drive in Orlando, Florida. This is at least the third thing this Orlando mall has tried to be, after a traditional shopping mall called Festival Bay, and then the Artagon, which was a very cool place for local artists to show off and sell their wares. Plus there was a Fuddruckers and a store that sold nothing but jerky. Unsurprisingly, they had a hard time making rent doing all that. But speaking of jerky, this new version is essentially a place for a billionaire to show off his stupid multi-million-dollar car collection, with some other indoor attractions like bowling and go-karts to make it seem like somewhere where people would actually want to go. I mean, okay, it's not a horrible idea to have a place like this in Orlando for when your plans at one of the theme parks get rained out. Once inside, the most noticeable and easily accessible area of this place seems to be the big dumbass arcade filled with giant machines. You're almost drawn into it as you walk into the mall. So since that was the case with me, and most likely will be for you, here's a quick look at what you can expect there. So anyway, the building opens at 11 a.m. and I'm here shortly after 11:30 or so, and there's no one here. It's open, sort of, but no one is bowling, no one is karting, no one is in the dumbass arcade. It's just a big building I can walk around in. And so as I make my way around to the very back of the place where the pinball arcade is apparently supposed to be, I'm noticing things are, well, closed. Like the gift shop. And anywhere you would want to sit and eat or drink. It's just, what the hell is this place? Then I get to what they call the Pinball Palace, which, how dare you, first of all, and second, well, it's closed too. Gated up. Son of a bitch. It's not closed, mind you. There's some people in there. It's just not open for business. All you can do is look at these few old school machines outside the gates that are, of course, powered off. Eventually, I see a lone security guard wandering the empty mall, museum, whatever the hell, and gesturing towards the pinball arcade, I ask him, hey, when does all of this, open? With a tone that suggests I'm an idiot for asking such a stupid thing, he says, 12:45, 1 o'clock. And I'm all, the hell, dude? The website says you open at 11 a.m. There's no mention of different opening times for the other sections of your own business. And he's all, we should check that. I didn't even bother to say it's not just your website, but it's Google and Yelp too, which people also check when they're making plans and creating timelines and, traveling the state, etc. Nothing at the entrance says shit doesn't open when the mall does. Nothing on the paper maps of the building mention it. How are people supposed to know this? And then I look over at the prices on the sign outside the closed Pinball Arcade, and they don't even match the prices listed on the website either. I start to mention this bullshit to the guard, and he suggests I can hang out and do other stuff for the next couple of hours until someone comes along and opens the gate to the pinball games. Look, I'm sorry, but you can't show off your $200 million or $300 million car collection, depending on which of the two different digital signs right in front of me is showing me the proper figure, but not be able to open your goddamn business around the time you say it will open. Sure, maybe I'll go walk around your gift shop for 90 minutes. Oh wait, it's closed too. So I told him I came here for this, and he just shrugged. So I left. I wasn't going to get roped into spending a bunch of money on other stuff that I don't care about just because I'm waiting for the imaginary opening time for the Pinball Arcade to come. This is bad business. You shouldn't be in business if you can't do business properly. At least post the information somewhere, that's the easy part. Luckily for me, the original plan was never to spend more than an hour or two there anyway. Other than this destination and a quick stop at Gamers Inc. to get a sweet Kid Icarus tattoo, only to then be thrown out because it's not that kind of ink. The final days of my trip all happen in Oviedo, Florida, near Orlando. For some reason, the township of Oviedo is the pinball capital of Central Florida, as there are at least 3 major locations worth checking out. That's why I'm camped here for the rest of the trip. And I don't want to get ahead of myself just yet, but today's location could possibly be the best of the 3. This is Arcade Monsters. $25 will get you all-day play at Arcade Monsters in Oviedo, which is a heavily anime-themed establishment with pinball for me, along with old-school arcade games, some larger amusements, and a huge amount of new and fairly recent rhythm games from Japan for everyone else. Seriously, there's a shocking amount of gimmicky rhythm games coming out of Japan. Smartly, each of these has printouts of English instructions on them because, I mean, who the hell knows what you're supposed to be doing just to get these things started? I tried some of that big Halo rail shooter game, which wasn't that much fun solo on free play, but I think it would be a blast with a friend. Upstairs, while checking out some of the Japanese arcade cabinets, I heard a familiar sound.
Dragon's Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a...
And I was thrilled to see a big, beautiful Dragon's Lair machine alive and well. I must touch the precious. Although, upon closer inspection, this is some kind of cobbled-together knockoff cab for Dragon's Lair that really isn't doing it for me, aesthetically speaking. I mean, it was fine, it's like a laundromat version of a game you see 12 years after it left arcades. Oh well, it worked at least. All the pinball here is new, which is fine, but just don't expect much variety from other places that also have recent machines. I like the new stuff, but I also really enjoy the discovery of weird tables from the past. Still, this is the first place on the trip where I've seen some of these new ones like Toy Story 4. Turns out it isn't one of my favorites, but it was still good to finally get a chance to play it. They're open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., so yeah, while it's as pricey as bragging rights, there's a lot to do here, and you get a lot of time to do it. It's a good spot for you and friends or loved ones who may not be into the exact same kind of amusements that you're into. During my entire day here, I noticed some people were exclusively pinball, some exclusively air hockey, and some were hardcore rhythm game fanatics. There's something here for everyone. And there's a full bar with some food items that you can order. Nothing great, but, you know, good enough. As the evening drew to a close, I became curious if an adult beverage would give me the Dr. Johnny Fever effect and make my pinball reaction times better. So I ordered one alcohol. And for a little while, yes, I believe it did improve my skills. And then it absolutely did not. So it was time to retire for the evening. Hey guys, it is 11:45 and I've had exactly one Angry Orchard, and that is all I need to wrap this night up. This was a late evening at the place with the pinball, and I just want to say I love all you guys and thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the new thing. I hope you've made it this far, and I hope you are enjoying it. And yeah, so I'm gonna go to bed, guys. Good night. That recording then kept running all night long, filling the hard drive and eventually crashing my laptop. So that was fun to wake up to. Good job, Drunky.